So today I'll be showing you guys how to do how I do my foundation, and this is great for beginners, for people who already have kind of like their way of doing foundation but are just kind of looking to tweak it or whatever it is. But yes, so let's just get right into it. So I've been lately, usually I'm a Cetaphil girl, so I love Cetaphil moisturizer. But lately I've been going back to, I got this in my Elcie back when I was receiving Elcie. I no longer receive Elcie. I just kind of got over it. But this came in and my Cetaphil ran out. And I decided to pick it up and use it. And the rest is history because I actually love it a lot. It's the In Transit Camera Close-Up. It's a primer, moisturizer, and mask all in one. It's from This Works. And it looks like that. The amount that I use of this product. And I'm just putting it all over my face. What I really like about this primer is that, it's gonna sound kind of weird, but I like primers that I actually feel like something's on my face. Like I actually want a primer that's protecting my skin from the makeup that I'm going to apply to it. I actually like to feel that barrier, and I feel like this gives me that. Once you have that laid down, I like to wait at least 2 minutes before I go and apply anything else. So I'm gonna just start setting up the next couple of things I like to mix together. So in case you guys don't remember, I have been using a new foundation. It's been for a month now and I actually like it a lot. But you know what happens to everyone in the summer, our skin gets a lot darker. So the color that I have is Warm Ivory. It matched perfect when I got it. Now, after some tanning and just the summer, my skin got a little darker. So what I do now is I'll pick up 3 pumps of this. 1, 2, 3. And this is the Elcie Micro Silque foundation. So it looks like that. And again, I have it in Warm Ivory. So what I do next is I have this little trick, which is with the NYX Pro foundation mixer. This foundation mixer, what it does is actually warms up your foundation. So if your foundation is a bit too light for you, this is a great product to darken that up for you. 2 little drops. So I usually use the NYX Born to Glow. I love this one. This one's in Gleam. I use the darker one. I don't have that on top. I use that one too, whichever I'm in the mood for. I also mix it with the Strobe Cream from MAC, whichever kind of illuminating cream I'm in the mood for at that moment. So I just put about a little amount and I put all of that together. And then what I like to do is I'll pick up Prep and Prime from MAC with my MAC Prep and Prime. I'll just spray that all over my face. I'll pick up my brush again and I'll just mix all of these ingredients together. The best way to always go, especially in the summer, is you want to put the most product in the middle of your face and then you kind of buff it out from there. So like whatever you have towards your hairline isn't as much foundation as you have other parts of your face. And also, you don't really want to drag your foundation. You kind of want to pat it in. So it's like in a slow motion, I would do like a pat like that. So I pat everything in. In medium, and what I do with that is I apply that under my eyes. And anywhere that I kind of want that flawless look. I also like to take the concealer and go across the sides of my lips, just because when you do this, it gives you a more defined pout when you put lipstick on. I also like to go top of my nose and have little marks right here on my forehead, so I like to hide all of those. Conceal, baby. And I also like to go behind my nose, just right here and right here. Now is when I pick up a beauty blender, make sure it's damp, and I go over my concealer with it. I'm so happy. So to cancel out, what I kind of do, my little canceling that I like to do of my nose with the concealer, I like to just kind of blend it all together. So it kind of cancels my nose, and when I go ahead and I contour, it's smaller, thinner. You know, what we all want to do with our noses. Come up here, blend that out. And the way I blend it out, it'll be the same motion as I did with the brush. So tap, pull, tap, pull. Everything should be nice and blended. And there's times that like my skin's great and I don't get a breakout and this and that. But there's also times where I'm just like, what the hell is going on? What the hell? Am I freaking 16 again? But yeah, my skin story is a long story. So I actually was on Accutane before. I was on it for a while. It really solved the problem I was going through, which is really bad acne, like really bad. But yeah, I feel like I need a whole video to talk about my Accutane story. So I just went in with a little bit more concealer just because I want that flawless concealed look today. I have days where I like want my freckles to like peek out, but then I have days where I'm like, cover those things. I know people love freckles and all that, but I don't know, it's weird when you have it, you're like, ugh. Sometimes I just want a blank canvas. So this is when I would typically apply my cream contour, but because I obviously said I'm going to give an in-depth of just my foundation and those things and how I set it, we're gonna get right into just setting it. I'm gonna do a powder contour look today, just for the purpose of the video, and I won't be doing the contouring on video either. So next, what I do, you guys, especially in the summer, you have to bake. You have to. Like, I use my Laura Mercier translucent palette. I love this stuff, but I don't know what I would be without it. I'm telling you. And I bake even more in the summer, like crazy. As much as people say, oh, concealer doesn't crease. Every concealer creases, you know what I mean? Like, you're putting a cream onto your face, especially if you have fine lines, which most of us do. So that's the first to go. And I'm not cheap with this powder, you guys. And to be honest, this thing lasts you forever. So where I like to bake the most are places that crease on my face or where I sweat the most. So I'll pick up some for my lash lines. And then I'll pick up just a bit, just right here on my nose. I always sweat on my nose. I'll pick up a bit on my nose. And then right here on my T-zone, just in case. I don't have an oily face, but in the summer I'll get a little oily in my T-zone. Another good idea also, if you do sweat a lot or produce a lot of oil on your face, is try to stick to powder contouring. It's just better, because if you have an oily face, your contour is going to be sliding all over the place. So what I like to do with the remainder of the powder, I'll just take like a big fluffy brush, swirl it in there, put that on my neck, and anywhere that I'm not really baking, anywhere that I'm not really baking, but I would need a little bit of powder, because yes. So yeah, nothing too crazy. And then this is usually where I contour. This is usually where I apply anything, if I'm doing any colors to my waterlines or my bottom lash line. This is when I usually put that while I'm baking, just so everything could set in there. So I'll do that, and I'll fast forward and do it on camera with you guys. Usually what I like to do is pick up a fluffy brush or one of these more like compact, because these are good to get right in your eye, and that's all just to remove the setting powder. So since I was baking, you know, I like to just go back and wipe all that powder off. What I like to go over everything with is the MAC Studio Fix powder. I use NC43, and I'll just do one of these, and I'll just go over my face just in case that setting powder happened to leave any kind of white cast on your face, which usually the Laura Mercier powder is good for. I don't really get any flashbacks or anything from it, but shit happens, you know. So yeah, everything should look like this. And last but not least, some setting spray. Very important. Very important. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna go ahead and do something to this and take a few pictures. But yeah, the next one should be my contour video. So I'll be breaking down exactly how I contour for you guys. So yeah, thanks for watching so much, you guys.